Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Wednesday, December 13, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines this evening, preparations are underway for historic Guyana Venezuela talks in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. GDF helicopter crash, Captain Mike Charles given a military send-off. Single mother, 3 children homeless after fire destroys quarantine home. Over $56 billion in corporate taxes collected for 2022, majority from oil and gas companies. 2022 AG report, government recovered over $50 million in undisputed overpayments on contracts, and Ministry of Labor to double bid training in 2024 to meet labor force needs. Now for the news in detail. We begin tonight's newscast by telling you that the Brazil brokered meeting between Guyana's President Dr. Irfan Ali and Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are just mere hours away. Preparations are in full swing for the high-level discussions between the two South American leaders. Davina Samaru joins us from Kingstown, St. Vincent with this report.
History will take place here tomorrow at the Argyle International Airport in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as Guyana's President Dr. Irfan Ali and Venezuelan's President Nicolas Maduro meet to discuss a number of matters pertaining to regional peace and stability. Expectations are high since Venezuela in recent times has intensified its threats and aggressions towards Guyana and continues to peddle misinformation and false narratives in relation to the border controversy. However, President Ali has since maintained that the border controversy will not come up for discussions during these talks, as it is being appropriately dealt with by the International Court of Justice. These talks were largely brokered by Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonçalves, and supported by President of Brazil, Lula da Silva. The Guyanese leader had explained that even though talks on the border controversy are off the table, there are a number of other matters that can be discussed with Maduro, including issues surrounding migration and climate change. On the other hand, Maduro, in a letter to PM Gonçalves welcoming the talks, expressed a different interpretation of the meeting's agenda, that is, to directly address the territorial dispute between Venezuela and Guyana. In fact, his letter contained a number of inaccurate positions, which were promptly clarified by President Ali in a second letter to PM Gonçalves, wherein he maintained that discussions on the border controversy will not be entertained. Maduro, according to his letter, also has expectations that the meeting's discourse will touch on topics such as Guyana's cooperation with the United States of America. But President Ali reminded that Guyana reserves the right to engage in any form of cooperation with its bilateral partners. He also made it clear that there is no military operation aimed at Venezuela taking place in Guyana's territory and called such claims by the Venezuelan leader misleading and provocative. Reporting for the Evening News, Davina Samaru.
Family members, government and other officials, and members of the public bade farewell to veteran helicopter pilot Michael Charles, late Lieutenant Colonel of the Guyana Defense Force, who, along with 4 other Guyana Defense Force soldiers, was killed in a horrific helicopter crash last week. The last rites for the 61-year-old Charles were performed today following funeral proceedings at several locations. Mike Charles has been described as a prowess in the aviation sector with 40 years of exemplary and devoted service in navigating the skies above Guyana's extensive hinterland and borders as part of the GDF Air Corps. He was also popularly known for capturing the beautiful landscape across the length and breadth of the country through videos and photos. Funeral services were held at the Church of the Nazarene at Susike, East Bank Demerara, at the Promenade Gardens in Georgetown, and at the Memorial Gardens Funeral Home and Crematorium in the Lirapentier Cemetery following a military parade. Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Dr. Irfan Ali, Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, government, military, and other officials, as well as members of the public attended the various ceremonies, during which Charles was given a military send-off with a 21-gun salute. Funeral services for the 4 other servicemen killed, Brigadier Retired Gary Beaton, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Sahoud, Lieutenant Colonel Sean Welcome, and Warrant Officer Class 2 Jason Khan, will be held on Friday. We now tell you that a security guard and her 3 children, including twins, are now homeless after a fire destroyed their home at Bengal, Corentyne, Region 6 on Tuesday morning. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael has the details.
43-year-old Janelle Batson was not at home at the time of Tuesday morning's blaze. She left home to take her 8-year-old twin to school while her teenage daughter had gone to make drop-offs of produce from Batson's farm. It was while a short distance away from her home the security guard said she was alerted that a house was on fire. When she got there, the building was already engulfed in flames.
So when I come back on the road with my children and run and see the scene, it's bare fire. I can't save anything. My computer, my data, printer, my phone, my fridge, my gas stove, microwave. No, a lot of things. All my clothes, all my children and clothes, everything. We lose. We get nothing. We get to save. Nothing. My bike, look at there, right? The frame, brace up there. My bicycle, everything burn out. All my money. Just like when I draw my salary, all my box and everything burn out.
The Rose Hall Fire Department responded to the fire call. However, by the time they arrived, the 2-bedroom building was completely destroyed. Preliminary investigations by the fire department suggest that the fire was electrical by nature. Batson says she had unplugged all electrical items except for the refrigerator, which is always plugged in. The woman and her children spent last night at her son-in-law's house at Limlair, which is a few villages away.
The next move now is to see if I could get a helpful build back a thing for me and my children. Because right now they're at my son-in-law's place. You know we really move. So, that was that point.
And how you feel losing everything to fire?
Well, it's sad, real sad. I say we left homeless, you have to say. No clothes so weird.
Persons desirous of making contact with Batson can do so by telephone number 644-1303. For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
We now tell you that more than $56 billion in corporate tax was collected by the Guyana Revenue Authority for the year 2022, with companies from the oil and gas sector largely responsible for this almost doubling of corporate tax collections. Luanda McAllister joins us with more.
According to the Auditor General's 2023 report, the Guyana Revenue Authority collected $176 billion in revenue. It was explained that this is a 15.2% or $23.3 billion increase on the approved estimates. This increase, according to the Auditor General, can be attributed mostly to companies in the oil and gas sector. Additionally, companies in wholesale and retail, trade, financial and insurance activities, and manufacturing also contributed. A sum of $56.6 billion in corporate taxes was collected, 30% above the approved estimates. When compared to 2021, the Auditor General said that corporate tax collections increased by $38.3 billion. Meanwhile, the report states that $86.2 billion in internal revenue and customs were collected from taxpayers in the oil and gas sector for last year. Luanda McAllister, The Evening News.
Improvements have been made when it comes to recovering overpayments on contracts, with Auditor General Deodat Sharma revealing in his 2022 report that the government was able to recover over $50 million in overpayments without dispute, a first in Guyana's history. Details in this Jarrell Bryan report.
According to the Auditor General's 2022 report, a total of 466 contracts being undertaken by ministries and the various regions for 2022 were examined. The Auditor General found that as much as $52.8 million in payments were made on measured works for 33 of these contracts. A total of $14.1 million have since been recovered from the ministries, while $38.6 million was recovered from regional administrations. Meanwhile, $17.1 million remains outstanding with respect to projects in Regions 1 and 10. The fact that all overpayments, with the exception of these two regions, were recovered without dispute is a first for the Audit Office. In the meantime, the government was also forced to terminate over $150 million worth of contracts due to poor performance. This includes a $87.1 million contract that would have seen Phase 2 of the Madia Main Access Road being rehabilitated. Another contract on the chopping block was one for the construction of a timber wharf and landing for a Fishermen Cooperative Society for $26.4 million. Similarly, a $62.9 million contract for a packing facility to be constructed in Sophia for the Guyana Marketing Corporation (GMC) was also terminated. Both of the latter contracts were terminated in August of this year. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
Coming up on the other side of the break, Ministry of Labor to double bid training in 2024 to meet labor force needs, and pensioners delighted as 25,000 one-off cash grant distributed in Regions 5 and 6. Please stay tuned.
Contractors, available at Sylvie's are Karcher push sweepers, equipped with dual bristles. These push-powered machines can cover over 32,000 square feet per hour, collecting sand, dust and particles from roadways and project sites. Save time, use less labor and earn more. Order yours now at sylviesonline.com or at our 31 High and Hatfield Streets or Lot 90, East Henrietta, Essequibo.
Giving you the best Christmas. This Christmas, it's all about the best. Digicel is bringing you the best deals, the best prices, and the best cash prizes. Get half off and a whopping 50 gigs of data when you purchase the Samsung A04 for just $14,000, the Samsung A14 for just $29,000, or the Samsung A24 for just $35,000. That's right, half off and 50 gigs of data. It doesn't get any better than this. So why wait? This Christmas, buy nothing but the best. Offer good while stocks last. Digicel!
Premier insurance coverage for less. Stay safe. For bid, performance, retention, advanced mobilisation or customs bonds, bond with us. Fuel your success. Call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.gy. Premier Insurance coverage.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Come 1966, when independence is now to be gained from the colonial master, we saw Venezuela upping the ante in relation to what it can now do to a small country on its eastern border. And it started all the activities, and I'll name a couple, which not only was a violation of our territorial integrity, but also was an undermining of our investment prospects in that almost 3/5 of Guyana. I am glad that we signed a deal with ExxonMobil that had geopolitical advantages about it, although a number of people said that it was the most rotten deal that we ever did. We are going to see the benefit of it.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. In an effort to improve the skill set of persons to enable them to participate in Guyana's rapid transformation and meet the demand for skilled workers on the labor market, the Guyana government will be expanding the Board of Industrial Training's work program for 2024. Find out more in this Trishelle Sobers report.
The Ministry of Labor is currently formulating a plan to add an innovative component to the training being administered by the Board of Industrial Training, BIT. This aspect of BIT's 2024 work plan will equip participants with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, as well as mechanical and technical skills needed to build machinery and repair spare parts for various equipment. During an interview with the Evening News, Labor Minister Joseph Hamilton explained that the goal is to create job opportunities for Guyanese in the service delivery sector, while ensuring more locals gain employable skills in 2024.
Our submission for budgetary allocation, taking into consideration increase and improvement, facility, more people to be trained, expanding further into areas that we might not have yet touched in a holistic way. So, and of course, continue and develop more collaboration with other partners.
Minister Hamilton added that the build-out of new training facilities across the country will complement the initiative. Further, the facility at Unity Mahaika in Region 4 will play a pivotal role in licensing and accrediting skilled persons who work in various sectors like construction and mining but are not certified. In this regard, work is ongoing to finalize the accreditation criteria for the program, and several investment partners are being engaged to support the initiative.
Last week, the ambassador for the United States paid a courtesy call on me, and that is one of the issues I raised with her. And I've raised that with other jurisdiction. When I was in Dominican Republic at a TVET conference, I raised that issue with them. So we're pursuing different areas to deal with this matter of accreditation and certification. And we hope to utilize that building, working with partners.
The sum of $488.5 million in budgetary provision was made available this year to the Ministry of Labor to train approximately 7,890 locals and expand the work of the Board of Industrial Training. To date, over 11,000 persons have been trained by BIT, ultimately gaining skills in the areas of electrical installation, building construction, heavy-duty operation, welding and fabrication, as well as joinery, among others. Of the 11,000 persons, 56% are women, given that BIT revised its mandate to ensure women are certified and employed in male-dominated fields. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
As the distribution of one-off cash grants to pensioners and persons with disabilities continues countrywide, persons in Region 5 and Region 6 have expressed delight over the initiative. Here is more from Luanda McAllister.
Pensioners are benefiting from a financial initiative that will see each receiving $25,000. This injection of much-needed disposable income is expected to empower thousands of senior folks. The one-off cash grants will see pensioners receiving $25,000 and persons living with disabilities and who are on the Human Service Ministry's database receiving $35,000. Pensioners living in various communities across the two Berbice regions, 5 and 6, have expressed gratitude to the government as they received their one-off cash grants. However, the reaction by some pensioners differ, as well as the plans they have for it.
I feel happy that I get this little extra change for Christmas, and I thank my government so much. I'm very happy.
The one-off 25,000 is not bad, but I think it could have been 30,000. A little bit more, because during this time here, things price, groceries and so the prices go up, and it's Christmas. So 5,000 more would have made a bit of a difference.
And how is it going to benefit you? Do you think it's going to come in handy for this time?
Yeah, it will come in handy. It will help in the home, and because this is the time when people want to buy a few things, whether furniture, grocery, decorations, because of Christmas celebration.
There's a lot of bills to pay, so it's going to be able to assist in paying some bills. I have a disability, I have a bad leg, and I was here, and it's such a time, and you're not even getting through the numbers that you collect. If you don't know somebody or call somebody, it's so frustrating. And I work with myself. I'm a leather artist. I do leather work, things like that, belts, bags, pouches. And you come off, and then you step there just waiting all the time. If you don't know somebody or you don't call out. Anyway, I give thanks for life.
I thank the government so much for the help. It is a great help for me.
That's just a good yes, sure. For us as pensioners.
Why do you say that?
Well, we need the money. Times are hard and we need the money.
It's great. It's most welcome. Because, things are rough in this country now. Going to the market, things are very expensive, and we welcome it, especially Christmas time.
And do you think that the government is doing enough for pensioners at this time?
Well, everybody will want a little more, but we have to ask them, bless what we get. We are content with it. But we would like if you could get a little more. Anybody would do that.
This money for Christmas, man, give them grandchildren, I hold on to this. I got plenty grand.
It's not a bad helping out for the poor people, but just this season, must fill a hole or something, must fill a hole in some way, somehow.
And what do you plan to do with it?
Well, plan to buy something as a reminder.
This is not the first time pensioners are benefiting from a one-off cash grant. Since the current administration assumed office in August 2020, the old-age pension has increased from $20,500 to $25,000 and then from $25,000 to $28,000 in 2022. Last year, government had given pensioners a one-off cash grant of $28,000. The previous year, in 2021, pensioners also received a one-off cash grant. On that occasion, it was $25,000. Meanwhile, the Human Service Ministry on its Facebook page has stated that persons who utilize the banking system will have the grants deposited into their bank accounts. Reporting for the Evening News, Lawanda McAllister.
With an aim to contribute meaningfully towards the elimination of communicable diseases in Guyana, Texila American University held its 4th International Conference for Communicable Diseases on Tuesday. Trishelle Sobers has the details.
The International Conference of Communicable Diseases provides the platform for discussions on the evolution of communicable diseases and explore advancements in healthcare technology and research. It also allows its participants to learn and explore various aspects of infectious diseases and gain crucial information about communicable diseases and their impact on healthcare. This includes the elimination of the human immunodeficiency virus HIV and other cardiovascular diseases by 2030. During his remarks, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony called the conference revolutionary, adding that it will contribute significantly to medical students' education.
The environment is providing a lot of opportunities for people who want to learn, for people who want to do research. There are lots of opportunities. And with more conferences, the persons who are doing research would have opportunities to present their findings. And earlier we were talking about getting a journal, so you would also have opportunities of publishing, which is very important, because if you want to pursue an academic career, it's important that you publish as well.
Minister Anthony further noted that the conference findings will play a crucial role in addressing communicable diseases at the primary healthcare level. In this regard, he pledged to collaborate with the university to further elevate the country's healthcare standards. However, in the meantime, government will continue to address the issue in a holistic manner.
We have invested a lot of resources, both in training people, in developing infrastructure, in adding equipment, and also in connectivity. So another area that you will see a lot of work going on in is digital health. You will see a lot of that happening from next year.
The conference, which is themed Communicable Diseases in the Caribbean, Regional Update and Recent Advancement, concluded on Wednesday. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Thursday, December 14th, 2023 at 4 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 5 hours 5 on Thursday, December 14th, 2023, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Jamaica TNT Chase Carmel win on day 1 in KFC football tournament. Russell considering retirement after T20 World Cup. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Superbet, your best bet. Win with Superbet. With many products to choose from, winning can be endless. Visit an agent near you or www.superbet.gy to play your favorite games. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly.
Giving you the best Christmas with Digicel.
Digicel is bringing you the best deals, the best prices, and the best cash prizes. Hold on to your Santa hats, because there's up to $50 million in cash to be won. Activate any data plan, and you can be one of 14 winners to join Digicel's Spin to Win game show, where you can win millions in cash. Activate a data plan today on the best network and make this Christmas the best one yet.
Digicel.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and win 4 Honda Navi motorcycles. Beat the traffic with this sporty, hip and fun bike to ride. Fully automatic with no gears. Just twist the throttle and go. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend on men's and women's clothing, footwear, watches, fragrances, handbags, luggage and now our home goods department. So visit us on Waterloo Street for a chance to win 4 Honda Navi motorcycles. John Lewis Styles.